Good morning. Happy Saturday. This is the cheating way to do eggs benedict because we don't have a toaster. All right. Just waiting for when we get to 5 people, we'll get started. Thank you for joining me on this beautiful Saturday. I don't know about y'all, but the weather here is amazing. Even though we got a little patch of snow. All right, it looks like we have 5, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. And when people jump on, they can catch up. So I'm Christy from Sour Patch Chef. Today we're gonna do some poached eggs. Poached eggs are a little daunting for people, so I always like to show this trick. Hey, poached eggs, it's like very rewarding when you get the perfect poached egg. So I like to do it on the weekends. That's the way to start off your weekend, right? Even on weekdays, if I'm not feeling it, I love to do a poached egg because that's gonna start my day off and I'm gonna be like, yeah, I ate a poached egg this morning. I can conquer the world. And that's what I do. So with poached eggs, you want to make sure you have super fresh eggs. The longer they sit on the shelf in the grocery store, the thinner the egg whites will be. So that's how you can really tell how fresh your eggs really are. So I recommend getting your eggs from one of the more natural grocers. Otherwise, the egg whites are so thin they spread out, and there's no way for them to coagulate together in the cooking water. They just spread out. So the key to really good poached eggs, or to get started to be successful, other than the fresh eggs, you also want to have water that's boiling, but not at a rolling boil. So I turn this up. My stove goes to a 9, and it's at a 6 right now. It's still, like on this one, it's my boost burner, so it's still at too much of a boil. So I'm gonna turn it down a couple notches. Okay, and then to make the egg whites and the eggs stay together in the water, you are gonna add some kind of white vinegar or a clear vinegar. You could do a red wine vinegar, but it would turn your eggs purple. So depending on the application, you might not wanna eat purple food. If you're feeling really festive or you're a huge LSU fan, go for it. So we're gonna use, I have a Prosecco wine, white wine vinegar. You could use regular vinegar. You could use, any type of the vinegars that you have at home will be fine. I do about 1/4 of a cup in the pot. I'm eyeballing it. You will smell it. Okay. This is going to keep the acidity keeps your egg together. So that's a really important key. You don't want to skip that. What I like to do, you don't have to do this. I like to add salt because it adds flavor. It's like salting your water for pasta. I'm going to add a little salt. Okay. Then I like to have these little prep bowls because I'm really clumsy. So if I try to crack my egg directly into my water, I always break it. So you want to give yourself a safety net. So you're going to crack your egg directly into your prep bowl. And you want to make sure your egg yolk stays whole. Okay? If it breaks, use it for scrambled later. Or just don't tell anybody. So I'm going to do 2. And you can see my egg whites are pretty thick. Like if I move it around, it doesn't look like water. Like they're all sticking together. Okay, so I've got my prep bowl ready to go. I'll move you closer so you can see what I'm doing. You're also going to need a slotted spoon to hold your little babies. There you go. Okay, so my water is boiling. I've got my vinegar in, I've got my salt in, but it's not at a rolling boil, so it's not just gonna like break it up when I put it in there. So I'm sure if you've seen Julie and Julia or any Julia Child TV cooking shows, or if you've read her book, you know that you need to do a swirl. So for the swirl, it works for the first egg, but if you want to do 2 poached eggs at the same time, it's not going to work because you're going to break open that first egg. So I'm going to show you how to do 2 eggs at a time, because who wants to wait? Your first egg's going to get cold by the time you've done your second egg in the same pot. So I'm going to give it a swirl. Just create a little tornado. And then right in the middle of that swirl, you put your egg in. And you don't touch. Not yet. I'm gonna let it calm down, let the swirling stop. See if you can see a little better. All right. So the swirling has pretty much stopped, the egg stopped moving. This is when I want to get it, I'm just going to gently fold it over and scoot it to the side. And I want to make sure it's not going to stick to the bottom. Okay, so he's on the side. Good job, good work. So then we're going to take this egg and we're going to just slip them in here. And my bowl was touching the water. Okay, and then I'm going to give them a chance to cook a little bit more, and then I'll move them over to the opposite side. So it's kind of a fun challenge. If you have kids at home and y'all are learning how to cook together, this is a fun way to see like how many poached eggs can you do at one time without messing them up. You'll know if your eggs aren't fresh. Another way to tell is because sometimes you'll get in here and it'll just be all egg white. Like all the egg white will just come to the top. Like I've had a little bit, but it's still sticking together. So that's a great way to tell. And all this ugly stuff, I'm going to tell you a restaurant secret. All this like ugly egg white that did come off, well, a lot of times they trim it. So you're paying for a trimmed egg. So that's why it's good to do it at home, because you get the whole egg. You get all the benefits. Poached eggs, so if you want to do soft boil, I do about 5 minutes. If you want to do a medium boil, I do about 6 to 7. And then a hard boil, like if you want the yolk not to be runny, it's like, I don't understand the purpose of that, because you might as well just hard boil your eggs. Do about 8 to 9. The key is to make sure the white is cooked, but the yolk is not. So if you can still see clear bits from your whites, then don't take it out. I'm going to turn this guy off. I did a backup pot just in case I was clumsy this morning, but I had half of my coffee, so we're good. So eggs, poached eggs are not just great for eggs benedict. They're also great. I love to put them over a salad. That's one of my favorite things. If you don't have time to whip up a dressing, I do oil, vinegar, and a poached egg on top. It comes out like butter. And the best part is it's like anger management. Like popping that egg open on top of your salad is very satisfying. So it's an alternative to therapy. Okay, we're going to check this guy out. And I'm just going to show you. So you can see like, here, I'll get closer. He's still a little jiggly. Oh yeah, avocado toast. That's my favorite too. So he's still a little jiggly, and I don't know if you can see, but this part of the whites is still a little underdone. So and this part is too. So I'm gonna let it go for 2 more minutes. So I'm gonna put my little baby back in there, into his nest. Come on. And then we'll check this guy out too. Oh yeah, so this guy, you can tell the whites are not done on this. See if you can see. So I'm gonna let him go probably about another 4 minutes, because I want that perfect runny yolk. That runny yolk, it's like, it acts as like, it's, you know, it's almost like cheese. It's really thick. It's fun, you know, it just adds a whole different texture to your food. Another thing, let's see, I'm trying to think. Does anybody have any questions about poached eggs while we're waiting for these guys to cook up? Or has anybody made them at home and been unsuccessful? Because I know I've had off days where I've tried to do them and they just exploded everywhere and had to completely start over. And even I've had to send Robert to the store like, hey, can you go get me more eggs? So let's see. Let's see where this guy's at. And you see how mine, it's starting to bubble a lot. So you have to be careful if it's bubbling a lot, you risk breaking open your egg. So just turn your heat down a couple notches. You don't want it to be a rolling boil so that it just explodes. All right. I'm pretty happy with this guy. Let's see. Oh yeah. Yeah, he's beautiful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put him on some toast with some ham, and I'll show you what it looks like on the inside. Give me 1 second. So I'm going to tuck the ugly stuff. You see all the strings hanging off? I'm going to tuck it underneath so all you see is your pretty little poached egg. Whoop. See if I can get them in the center. It's mine, so I'm going to touch it. There you go. I'm going to take this other guy out too. And tuck that guy underneath. So we have our beautiful poached eggs, and we're going to cut into them. So this is the most satisfying part, is when it leaks out. Can you see that? That's my favorite part. When it leaks out and you've got all this yummy, yummy sauce. That's my favorite part. And then you use your toast to sop up the sauce. And then I'm just gonna put a little salt and pepper. I'm probably gonna put a little arugula, some red onion, green onion, and my favorite part, I have this little garlic crunch. If you've watched other videos, you know I'm obsessed. You can get it at Trader Joe's. It's fried garlic and sesame oil with some red pepper flakes. And I'm gonna put that on top, just so you can see. All right, well, I'm gonna go eat my breakfast. But if you like this video, tomorrow we're gonna be making hollandaise, which is perfect for eggs benedict. It's a fun sauce to make because it's tricky. So you are gonna need, I'll post today what you're gonna need if you wanna make hollandaise with me. And I can show you some different variations tomorrow. That is tomorrow, 12:30 Mountain Time. If you want any of the recipes, we're not doing recipes for poached eggs, but I'll list supplies and stuff for you. If you want the recipes, go to www.sourpatchchef.com. If you would like to help out local businesses, I am partnering with Crafted Colorado Studio in Old Colorado City. And then it's also Crafted Colorado Handmade Market. We have over 60 different vendors, and they need some help paying rent because they don't have any classes going on. So they're selling stuff on Etsy. Check out their Facebook page. We also have a donate now button. But I would love to see you again. Please come back for more videos. I have the schedule up on Facebook, and I'll be putting the schedule up on my website as well, and I have a newsletter going out on Sunday after the hollandaise class. So I'll see you soon. Enjoy your breakfast. Oh, most important part, mimosa time. All right, cheers.